Alright guys, now before this video begins, as you can see on my head, I do in fact have a big freeze beanie on. Now I do recognise that it is not this year's beanie, but I will be making sure to get this year's beanie before the big game on Monday between my Pies, Collingwood, and the Melbourne Footy Club. Now we all know that the Big Freeze is a massive event, and all the money donated will go towards the fight against MND. So if you can donate, please make sure to do so. I'll be making sure to donate. And like I said before, I will be getting this year's beanie for the event and to show that I am up for the fight against MND. Alright guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be running through my round 13 tips for the 2024 AFL Premiership season. I have something in my eye. Now, before we take a look and see what my tips are for this round number 13, we have to look and see how I did back in round 12. And I wish I didn't put myself through this pain, but we just have to do it now. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, so taking a look to see how I did in round number 12. As you can see on the screen, I got a total of 2 out of 7 tips. I did pretty abysmal last round. The tips that I got correct in a positive note were the Carlton tip and the Geelong tip. The Carlton tip, I don't think a lot of people would have tipped Carlton, so I'm pretty happy with that. The Geelong tip, I think a lot of people would have tipped Geelong. But yeah, every other tip I got incorrect, so there you go, 2 out of 7. Thank you, Geelong, for not making me just get 1 out of 7. Jesus Christ, that could have been a lot worse. It's still pretty bad, but thank you, Geelong. Thank you, Geelong, for at least getting me to 2 out of 7. My God. Now, after that abysmal round, I'm currently in 28th spot in my own tipping comp, and there is 29 people in my tipping comp. So, yeah, there you go. That's how I'm doing right now for tips, for tipping at the moment. In first spot, we have Graz, who got 4 out of 7 in round number 12 and is on a total score of 75 points. So fair play to Graz. I feel like Graz has been on top for a few rounds now. So yeah, fair play to the Graz Meister. But yeah, without further ado, let's take a look and see what my tips are for round number 13 of the 2024 AFL Premiership season. Alright, kicking off round number 13, we have got tonight's game between the Adelaide Crows and the Richmond Tigers, 7:30 p.m. at the Adelaide Oval. The Crows are coming off that loss against the Hawks, and the Tigers, they're coming off that 30-point loss to the hands of the Cats. I'm going to be backing in the Crows to beat the Tigers in this game. You know, the Crows, they tend to play very well at their home ground in front of their home fans, and I think they're going to do the same in this game. I do hope and sort of think that the Tigers will be competitive in this game. They have been competitive in their last 2 games against the Bombers and the Cats. Obviously they weren't able to win one of those games, but yeah, they were fairly competitive in both of those games, and I do sort of think that they'll be competitive in this game, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think the Crows will be too good and get the Chockies in this one. So I'm backing in the Crows to beat the Tigers in this one at the Adelaide Oval by a margin of 34 points. Next up, we've got the Friday night game between the Dogs and the Lions. The Dogs are coming off that 18-point win against my Pies, and the Lions are coming off the bye. So they're, feeling a bit refreshed coming into this game. The Lions, it's a pretty big game, this one, and it is a hard game to tip. But I'm going to be backing in the Dogs to win this game at Marvel Stadium. I really feel like, they're just so used to Marvel Stadium, and they use Marvel Stadium very well. Obviously, it is their home ground, but they use it so well. It's a very fast-paced ground Marvel Stadium is, and I think they use that to their advantage a lot of the times, the Dogs do. The Lions, they're coming off a bye. They're a bit 50-50 in Melbourne this season. I mean, literally, they are 50-50 in Melbourne this season. They beat the D's at the G, and then they lost. They lost to the Hawks at Marvel Stadium. So there you go. But yeah, I do think the Dogs have a good chance at winning this game, so I'm going to tip them to do so. I really feel like whoever wins the midfield battle in this game will go a long way to winning this game. And I for some reason see the Dogs doing that. I see them winning the midfield battle over the Lions in this game and getting the job done in this one. So for now, I'm going to be backing in the Dogs, but on the day I could change to the Lions. It's just one of those games. But yeah, for now I'm tipping the Western Bulldogs. Then we go to the Saturday bunch of games. The first game on Saturday afternoon, we've got the Hawks taking on the Giants down in Tassie. The Hawks, they are in some good form at the moment. They've won four out of their last 5 games, and they beat the Crows last round by a margin of 27 points. The Giants, they are coming off a bye, so this is going to be another very interesting game for this round, but I am going to be tipping the Hawks in this game. They do tend to play well down in Tassie. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tassie is just, one of those states and one of those, and the University of Tasmania Stadium as well is just one of those grounds that can just get, the weird results in it. So yeah, I feel like the Hawks, they're going to cause another bit of an upset in this game and get the win over the Giants, who they're just in some terrific form at the moment. Like I said before, they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. The Hawks have. So yeah, they're in some good form. They're playing some good footy. They're really playing for each other at the moment, the Hawks. So I think they're going to get the win over the Giants. Obviously, it's not going to be really easy for the Hawks. The Giants, they are a terrific team and they've been playing some good footy this season. So yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge for the Hawks, but I reckon they're going to get it done down in Tassie, the place of mysterious results. Next up, we've got the Eagles taking on North Melbourne at Optus Stadium. The Eagles are coming off that 14-point loss to the hands of the Saints. North Melbourne, they are coming off a bye and probably a much needed bye just to, sort some things out. And I don't know what it is, and I don't know why it is, and I don't know when it is, and I don't know how it is, but I'm going to be backing in the North Melbourne Footy Club to get the win in this game. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me whatever the hell you want to call me in the comments below. But for some reason, I can just see North Melbourne picking up their first win in this game. Hopefully the bye has done them some good and they can pick up some pieces and get something sorted for this game. If not, I could look like a real stupid idiot. Hopefully they are very competitive in this game. And I reckon they will be. And I reckon they'll just, for some reason, I reckon they'll get the job done. They'll just find a way to get the job done over the Eagles in this one. I know it's not easy beating the Eagles at Optus Stadium this season, but I just feel like North Melbourne are going to find a way to do so. So yeah, there you go. Then we move on to the last Saturday game for this round. We've got the Saints taking on the Suns. The Saints are coming off that 14-point win over the Eagles. The Suns, they're coming off that 11-point win over the Bombers. So yeah, both teams are coming into this game off the back of some pretty close wins. And we've got Ben King versus Max King as well, the brotherly battle in this game. I reckon it's going to be a big battle, that one. I reckon whoever wins that battle may be able to, be on the winning side of things in this game. Tipping wise, I'm gonna be backing in the Gold Coast Suns. I don't know what just happened there, but yeah, I'm gonna be backing in the Gold Coast Suns to beat the Saints in this one. I do think it's going to be a relatively close game. The Saints, they normally play well at their home ground of Marvel Stadium, but I feel like the Suns, they're playing some decent footy. As of recording this video, they are in the top 8, so hopefully that gives them a lot of confidence to win this game and a lot of mojo to win this game. And yeah, I'm going to be backing in the Suns to beat the Saints in this game. I do think it's going to be relatively close, so it could really go either way. But it's the Suns for me over the Saints in this one. Next up, we've got the 2 Sunday games, and they're 2 pretty good games on the Sunday. We've got the Swans taking on the Cats for the first game on the Sunday at the SCG, 3:20 p.m. start time, if you don't mind. The Swans are coming off the bye. The Cats, they are coming off a 30-point win against the Tigers. The Swans, well, they're playing some terrific footy this season. We all know that. They're on top of the ladder. And even without playing a game last round, they managed to just hold off the Bombers in second spot and keep a 6-point distance. How good is that for the Swans? As if this season couldn't get any better for them. Well, just there you go. With the Bombers losing, they hold a 6-point lead at the top without even playing a game last round. Yeah, I'm going to be backing in the Swans to beat this game. They've been playing some terrific footy. They're at home against the Cats. I know the Cats, they normally put up a good fight against the Swans, but I feel like the Cats, even though they were able to win against the Tigers last round, they're still a bit 50-50 at the moment. And, you know, they had to, come back in that game against the Tigers to win that game. The Tigers really got the hot start against them last round, but they were still able to win that game. So, yeah, but, you know, I feel like we're going to get a little bit of a different Geelong side in this game. I do think they're going to be very switched on from the start and very highly competitive in this game. They normally are against the Sydney Swans, but the Swans, they're playing some terrific footy. Like I said before, they're at their home ground as well. I think they're going to put on a little bit of a show. I don't think it's going to absolutely blow out, but I think they're just going to be good enough to beat the Cats in this game. And yeah, I'm going to be backing in the Swans in this one over the Cats. Then we move on to the penultimate game of the round. We've got the Bombers taking on the Blues at the MCG. And Jesus, I don't think we've seen Bombers versus Blues game this big in a while. I mean, it's big because of, you know, the rivalry case of it. But this is we've got the Bombers in second currently, and we've got the Blues in fifth currently. I mean, they're both in the top 8. This is going to be a massive Essendon versus Blues game, and I reckon the AFL public thinks so as well, because it's bloody sold out as well. So it's going to be huge. The Bombers, they're coming off on an 11-point loss against the Suns last round, and the Blues, well, they're coming off a quite big win. I think it was 36 points against the Power last round, and in fact that was their first win in South Australia over a South Australian team at the Adelaide Oval ever. So surely they're going to have a lot of confidence from that win, the Blues, and I'm going to be backing them in to beat the Bombers in this game. I just feel like they're going to be better on the day, the Blues, and manage to get the job done. I do think it's going to be either an incredibly close game from start to finish, or it's going to be relatively close and then one team will explode at the end and get the job done by 20 points or something like that. Hopefully it's the first option. It stays close from start to finish. But yeah, I think the Blues will just be able to get the job done in this game over the Bombers. So yeah, I'm backing in the Blues over the Bombers in this game. Then we head off to the last game of the round, the King's Birthday Clash, the Big Freeze Clash. It is my Pies taking on the D's. What a big game this is going to be as well. Both teams are coming off losses heading into this game. My Pies are coming off an 18-point loss. And the D's, well, I don't know what happened in Alice Springs, but they're coming off a 92-point loss to the hands of the Dockers. And I said that game was going to be very defensive. So I don't know what happened on that day, what the Dockers just did. They flipped the switch and turned non-defensive and really attacking and won by a margin of 92 points. And they just go into the bye feeling good about themselves. But that's what happened. So yeah, both teams are coming off losses. I don't think the D's are going to have 2 bad rounds in a row. I don't think it's going to be a massive win to whoever wins this game. But I'm going to be backing in at my Pies to get the job done in this game. I don't really know what team we're going to have on paper, but I'm trusting it to get the job done. I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting McRae. I mean, even last round, we lost by 18 points, but we had a good start. If we had it kicked more accurately, we could have won that game. I sort of feel like that one was on us, but, you know, the Dogs, you can't take anything away from them. You know, they managed to get the job done over us in the end by a margin of 18 points. They stormed home in the last quarter against us. But yeah, talking about this game, going back to talking about this game, I do think my Pies will just find a way to get the job done. I do think it's going to be relatively close this game. It normally has been between my Pies and the D's the last couple of times. And yeah, this is going to be a massive clash. I think both teams need to win this game, so it's going to be hopefully a good game of footy. I'll be there on the Monday supporting my Pies. Come on the Pies, and I'm going to be tipping my Pies to get the job done in this game over the D's. Come on the Pies. But there you go. Those are my tips done and dusted for this round of footy, round number 13. Like I said at the start of the video, make sure to donate towards the fight against MND if you can, and make sure to get this year's beanie as well, like I'll be doing. I'll be doing both of those things. So yeah, if you can do both of those things, make sure to do so. If you can do one of them, that's great as well. And yeah, cheers guys for watching this video, and yeah, have a good one. Cheers.